going on, Raider Nation? It's your boy Jay Native, and welcome to the very first episode of the Raiders After Action Report. It's a brand new series. I'll be uploading weekly post game. We'll be talking about all things Raiders in their matchup of that week. This first one, us going down there to Carolina and getting that dub versus the Panthers. This was a fun, explosive game. There was lots of different things going on, a lot of stuff for us to get into and talk about. But let's title this episode real quick, and we got to call it nothing better than Battle of the Backs. Josh Jacobs versus Christian McCaffrey. Exciting, explosive, and fun. Way closer than it should have been, than I expected it to be, but hey, we came out with that win week one. Before we get into the actual content, I want to break it down real quick for you guys so you understand what I'm delivering on a weekly basis. I broke it down into 4 different segments. The first segment I call the deep dive. The deep dive is a quick summarized film study of some of the key plays and highlights that I saw, and I wish I could do more. I had to constantly be eliminating different clips just for the sake of time. I don't want this video to be super long, super drawn out, or boring. So there's a couple that I put in there, and I hope you guys enjoy it. You're going to see my take on certain things, some of the key things, especially when it comes to defense. We definitely are struggling a little bit there to get them going and gelling together. But either way, that's what the deep dive is about. Quick summarized film study of some of the key highlights and plays. After the deep dive, we're going to get into heroes of the game. These are some of the guys that I considered heroes of the game on all 3 phases: offense, defense, and special teams. In this episode, we happen to have an unsung hero that may become a thing that happens every once in a while on these episodes, but we definitely had one during the game against the Panthers, and I definitely got to shout him out for sure. After the heroes of the game, we'll talk injuries, all things injuries. Unfortunately, we sustained a few at very key positions, and it's unfortunate, but it's football and it happens. We hope for a speedy recovery so they can get healthy and get ready for next week against the Saints. After that, we will get into the way forward. That is going to be about us taking on the Saints next week, opening up our brand new stadium, christening it hopefully with a dub. And not only is it that, but it's also Monday Night Football. All eyes are going to be on the Raiders, so let's hope that they can go in there and get the victory for the city and for Raider fans all over the world, and let the NF know we ain't playing. We are not playing this season. We got a lot of young and very talented players on the team, and our coaching staff is doing real good. So that's the breakdown of what these episodes are going to be about. If you already kind of like what you're seeing, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Like I said, I'll be uploading weekly. And without further ado, let's get into it. And it's time for the deep dive. All right, the first play I'm going to show you, Ruggs is going to stretch the field. He's going to go out deep. He's going to miss his pass, but that's okay because look what it does. That's what I want to show. Look at that gap in the midfield. It's incredible. He misses the pass, whatever. That's what he can bring to this. Next one we got here, we're going to see Ruggs again. He's actually going to compete this one, but look at this. 1, 2, 3. Carr gets it off real quick. Look how far downfield he is. It's incredible. And then this one, miscommunication between those two at the bottom. That is Damon Arnett and LaMarcus Joyner. But watch the cross route. They both bite on it, and easy first down for them. Okay, next up, we're going to check this out. Renfro, my man Renfro. Watch the route running and ball security he has. It's just incredible. This is more just a highlight, not really nothing else. But I mean, 3rd and Renfro. Look at that, 3rd down and 5, 3rd and Renfro. This one, watch Ruggs blocking. There's another Renfro catch. The only one of 2 that he did. But watch Ruggs. Watch the block he puts on this big linebacker. Allows just enough time for Renfro to jump over and get that first down. Incredible. All right, watch Corey Littleton. He's about to go in for a sack. He gets so close to getting Teddy Bridgewater, but he doesn't. He misses it. He slips up, and it's unfortunate because that sits there and tells Teddy, I got to get out of here, and he sure does. He runs straight upfield. Easy first down for them. We need to make sure our dudes are wrapping them up. Got to wrap them up. Speaking of wrapping them up, watch Jonathan Abrams come clear across field and tackle, and then watch this. Question marks. What are you doing, man? Come on, Damon Arnett. I know you're a rook, but you got to be better than that. Great wrap up. Look at that. Right around the ankles. You ain't going nowhere. Jonathan Abrams said, no first down for you. And then here we go. In this clip, I just wanted to kind of show off Renfro again. I'm sorry, he only got 4 touches and 3 of them made him in highlights. So he grabs it. Watch this big juke right off the bat. Nope. And cuts it back in, down the sideline. Big gain. Didn't see him as a punt returner, but he did his thing for sure. All right, watch Brian Edwards' only reception up top. Only reception of the game. I'm looking forward to them getting him more in there. He is a big body dude. Got some good blocks there. If he was a little bit faster, he could have definitely made a big play. And right here, 54-yarder from Daniel Carlson. Good stuff. All right, this one is the sack that we saw, but watch Nick Morrow circled right there. Watch him cover that dude, and look at Teddy's looking right at him. Gives him enough time for Mo Hurst to get in there, grab that sleeve, and pull him down. Thanks, Nick Morrow. Mo Hurst should be saying thanks because he gave him that sack basically. Josh Jacobs, route running ability, been working on it all season, and watch this. He said he watches Hunter Renfrow this offseason, and that little step out, that's what it reminded me of. And then, the rest is history. It's Josh Jacobs. He got it after he catches it. This next piece, Christian McCaffrey. That's who I'm highlighting, not Teddy. Christian McCaffrey. The dude is a beast, and nobody's watching him. We cannot do this, especially next week against the Saints. We got to keep our eyes on them star players. Here we got Damon Arnett right there circled. He's going to have a first missed tackle, and then immediately after that, Eric Harris, horrible angle. There you see it right there at the bottom, missed tackle. But look at Jonathan Abrams up top left. He doesn't stop. He's going. I don't care if you're going to get that touchdown. He's going for you. You're going to get tackled. You're going to eat dirt. And there he goes. Eats dirt. So last play of the game. Defense holds up strong. Cleve Farrell and Raekwon McMillan and the rest of the line. Look at that strength. And that's what I'm talking about. Effort. We got to get that, man. Look at that. Point it over, boys. That's a win. Let's check out the heroes of the game. And for our offensive hero of the game, we got to give it up to Josh Jacobs. He absolutely dominated this game. He had, for just rushing alone, he had 25 attempts with 93 yards and 3 TDs. I mean, that in itself is incredible. It really is. But he also had been targeted 6 times with 4 reception, 46 yards. And, I mean, that right there is cool, too, because that's something that he's been talking about that he wanted to work on in the offseason. And we can see that his dedication to that has really paid off. And he's going to continue to grow and just be a superstar 100%. So shout out to Josh Jacobs, offensive hero of the game. For our defensive hero of the game, we got to give it up to Jonathan Abram. Man, this guy can play. He is aggressive. He is tough. He's physical, and he's smart too. So everybody knows that he can hit hard, and he can tackle. He can wrap up. He can try to strip that ball. We saw him do it a couple times. But not only that, is he was playing clean, and that was the one thing I was worried about this guy. But he played clean. No penalties on him. He was doing his thing out there. Defensive hero of the game, Jonathan Abrams. Our special teams hero of the game is Daniel Carlson, and he did great things for us. He sat there and he didn't miss anything. He was 100%, and he put up 4 PATs, no problem, right through the uprights. He did one for 20 yards as a field goal, and he did another field goal for 54 being his career long, and that came in clutch. It really did. His points that he put up came in clutch. We only won by 4 points. He put 10 points himself, so shout out to Daniel Carlson. Good stuff. Looking forward to more of it. Unsung hero of the game definitely goes to Denzel Good. The dude came out and he performed. He was called up fresh off the bench, being a right guard backup. You know what I mean? Being a right guard backup, he went over there and swung over to right tackle after Trent Brown and Sam Young went down. Which is what we're going to get into next. But yeah, shout out to the unsung hero of the game, Denzel Good. All right, Raider Nation, now it's time for injuries. This is the most unfun part of the episode. However, it is important. And our right tackle position, decimated. All right, so the first one we had was Trent Brown, our starting right tackle. Mammoth of a man. Excellent when he's out there. And he also the most paid offensive lineman in the NFL right now. But he went out after 3 snaps with a calf injury. And as of today, Friday, September 18th, he did not practice on Thursday or today. So it's definitely concerning. Calf injury, Trent Brown. And then if you remember back after he went out, Sam Young, he showed up. He's the second to Trent Brown, and he ended up going out shortly after, and with a groin injury. And from the report, no practice on Thursday or today, Friday, and that's not good. That means that we are completely out of right tackles, and we were lucky enough to have Denzel Good come in and keep Carr cleaning up right, but we are out of right tackles at the moment, and that's not good, especially going against the Saints and their defense. So right tackles not looking good for us, but hey, let's hope that they can get healthy real quick. It's not Sunday we play, so that's an extra day for them to get recovered before Monday night. So we'll see what happens. And the injury list continues. First up, Henry Ruggs, our receiver one, fast, dynamic, explosive. We saw him do a huge chunk play early in the game, and the guy stretches the field. He makes everything else kind of work. He's a weapon, not just in his raw ability of catching and speed, but of opening up the field for others like Josh Jacobs, Darren Waller, Hunter Renfro. The list goes on. He is a dynamic player that brings a lot to our game. He went out before the half with a knee injury. He fell wrong. He was tackled wrong, went down awkwardly, and he went out. But he was back in after halftime, so that was promising. Even in the press conference, he said that he felt fine, but on the injury report, it said he did not practice at all Thursday and Friday, and that's concerning. So we'll see what happens. We hope that we can definitely have him out there up against the Saints. We're going to need that. And we also had Nick Kwiatkowski, the captain of the defense, go down. He had a pectoral injury, and that's an important part, especially for a linebacker. He went down, and before he went down, he was looking good just at his position in general. And you did see him kind of calling out, barking the orders around, and we need him with this very, very, very young defense, especially when it comes to gelling and getting it right, especially against Drew Brees. This is a big hit to us for sure on the defensive side of the ball that's already lacking in some abilities and some experience. So he went down, like I said, with a pec injury, and he did not practice on Thursday or Friday. I told you guys I will bring you some commentary from John Gruden. However, it is John Gruden, and he has nothing to say. But hey, here you go.
John, any injury updates on Trent Brown, Nick Kwiatkowski, and Sam Young?
I don't have anything today, no.
And that's about it. That's all we got from John. We'll keep checking these reports and see what's going on. Let's take a look at the depth chart. All right, looking into the depth chart. First depth chart we're going to get into is the O-line depth chart. Here's our starters. Left tackle, Colton Miller. Left guard, Richie Incognito. Center, Rodney Hudson, the captain. And right guard, Gabe Jackson. Right tackle, Trent Brown. Backups, Brandon Parker, John Simpson, Andre James, Denzel Good, and Sam Young. We talked about it already. Trent Brown was the first to go down. 3 snaps in, he goes down. Sam Young steps up, does his thing, but then he goes down. That's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate for us. That right tackle position is key to making sure that Carr doesn't get sacked. Simple as that. So he goes down, and then Denzel Good steps up, does his thing. Looked like the coaches must have really prepared these guys for the event that you need to sit there and swing back and forth to different positions. Denzel Good went in there, went right tackle, and did his thing, kept Carr clean, and I couldn't ask for more for Denzel Good. That was awesome, especially somebody that's going from guard to tackle. It's 2 different positions. Yeah, it's an O-line. You think it's the same, but right tackle definitely has a lot of different things going at him. Lincoln Kennedy kind of talked about it, about how it's just a super fast-paced game, and you got to have your eyes everywhere, being on the outside like that, especially in today's football with the defensive ends that we have, the rushers that we have. It's crazy. So Denzel Good, again, shout out to the unsung hero. But it looks good now, but there's more, and it's unfortunate. Richie Incognito, big question mark on him. Why? Well, we already kind of knew that his Achilles was bothering him during the offseason. There was talks about it and everything like that. He went out there, he played, he did his thing, he was a star. However, he did not practice on Thursday. That's a big question mark. And then he was limited today, Friday. So We need him out there. He's a great left guard. He's been rated as one of the best last season, and he definitely showed up even through that injury. He's got that toughness that I hate to say, but I wish Trent Brown had. So Rinchi Incognito, big question mark. That's a concern right there. Another question mark we have is right behind him, John Simpson, and he also did not practice on Thursday and was also limited on Friday today with a shoulder injury. So two question marks at left guard. I know that the other team, the Saints, are going to be looking at this and maybe focusing in on these guys, knowing that they're not 100%. So, man, it's tough. Our O-line is thin as it is. We cannot take any more injuries. We need to get these guys recovered fast, quick, in a hurry. Like, let's go. Come on, O-line. Let's go. All right, up next, we're going to check out the linebacker since we did have the captain go down. All right, for our linebacker depth chart, here we go. We got Nick Morrow and the strong side linebacker. We got Nick Wachowski, middle linebacker and captain. And then we also have weak side linebacker Corey Littleton. Behind him, on the strong side, we have Kyle Wilbur. He's more of a special teams type of guy, and also the captain of special teams. And then middle linebacker, we got Raekwon McMillan that we just picked up right before the start of the season. We already talked about Nick. He went down, pectoral injury. Raekwon stepped up, did his thing. I mean, I'm not going to say he's not as good as Nick, but he's brand new. He hasn't had a whole lot of experience with the team yet. So he did contribute to the big play at the end of the game, stopping the Panthers on that fourth down rush. We're going to see him. I'm almost 100% we're going to end up seeing him playing that middle linebacker position against the Saints, because I really, it's unfortunate, but I really don't see Nick getting right in time, getting healthy in time. So that's what we got right now. Definitely thin at this as well, and it's not a good thing for us, especially with what we saw from our defense that is so young and so many new pieces still trying to get, gel with each other and everything like that. This is what we got. We do have some cap space from restructuring Corey Littleton's contract, so maybe the staff, maybe Mayock might sit there and go look around for a linebacker to kind of plus that up just in case we do take another injury, and we can't have that. So there you go. There's the linebacker depth chart. Now we get into the way forward. All right, so first thing we're going to talk about is improvements and how we need to improve as a team in order to get the victory over the Saints. The first thing is about Breeze, and it's about us making sure we have coverage over the top, right over those big old linemen. He's going to be dumping those passes right there. He's one to get the ball out quick and hope for some yards after the catch, and they have a good job at doing that, especially the players that he's going to be throwing to. If you haven't heard, Michael Thomas looks like he's not going to be there. So yeah, injuries suck on any side of the ball, but that's kind of a blessing for us. Michael Thomas is a beast, so expect to see a lot of Alvin Kamara and definitely Jared Cook. We all know what he can do. That was one of Carr's favorites when he was on our team. So look for that. He's gonna be throwing the ball, and it's gonna be some short, quick slants and some outs. So coverage over the top. We need to make sure that we do that on defense. Next, we have the defensive back communication. We saw it in the highlight videos that I put out, the deep dive, and communication. They need to get together. I know it's going to be a while until they do that. Like I said, it's a lot of new pieces, a lot of young talent on the team, but we need that to really, really happen against Breeze. After that, we also got to get off to the pass rush. We didn't have much of a pass rush. We didn't see Crosby light up. We had one sack with Mo Hurst. But I mean, we really need to get after him. He doesn't have the quickness. He doesn't have the scrambling ability that he had once had. And even back then, when in his younger years, he wasn't known to be much of a scrambler. He was more sit in the pocket, get comfortable, and throw that ball out quick. So get after him. Let's put grease into the dirt a couple times. And then finally, for improvements, finishing in the red zone. This is something that killed us last season. This first game against Carolina, we saw it. we need to finish the red zone. We can't settle with these field goals. We need to get those 6 points up on the board, not just 3. So there you go. There's the improvements. That's what I think needs to happen in order for us to really sit there, come out and compete and take a victory home. Up next, we'll get into the sustains. For the sustains, this is the stuff that I saw we did good against the Panthers, and that we need to continue going forward throughout the season, and especially Monday night against the Saints. So the first sustain that I want to talk about is the rotation of plays and players. We saw this a lot, and they were changing it up. It wasn't just a constant run. It wasn't a constant pass. They were mixing it up, stretching that field out with Ruggs, and I'm thinking he's going to be good. So I'm thinking he's going to be healthy and ready to go. But yeah, the rotation of plays, and I put slash players for a reason, because we saw the coaching staff and everything like that, Gruden, sitting there and putting in different guys at different positions, especially at running back. We know Josh Jacobs is our star. He's our key, but we can't just run him nonstop into the ground. He's going to get injured, and we don't want to weather his legs like that. We have a long season ahead of us, so they were putting in Devontae Booker a lot, and Booker did some few great things. However, he did the one thing I'm worried about him is ball security, because he did fumble out of bounds. But the rotation of plays and players definitely is a sustain that we need to keep to go forward and win games. Next up, halftime adjustments. That was something that killed us last season. I talked about the red zone in the previous comments on improves, and that's still a fail, but we have gotten better. I mean, basing this off of 1 week is kind of hard to do, but the halftime adjustments, this is the first time in all of last season. This is the first time that we actually scored more than just 1 point or 1 touchdown in the third quarter. So shout out to Gruden and what they're doing over there. Halftime adjustments was one of my biggest things last season, and I was hoping that it would get corrected, and it looked like it did. So they need to continue that. Halftime adjustments, super important. And then we have protecting Carr, O-line. We talked about it in the injuries and everything like that. They did their thing. They kept him upright. They need to do it again. It's going to be especially tough against the Saints, because Cam Jordan's coming to town. He's coming into Vegas, and he's hungry. He's looking to put Carr in the dirt, and our O-line needs to stay strong and make sure that he is protected. If they can do that, not get Carr spooked or nothing like that, we're gonna have a solid offensive performance. And then lastly, energy and effort. I loved it. I loved what they went out there with on the week 1 game, and I mean, it should be explosively high, especially being in Vegas at their new stadium. But their energy and effort was tremendous, especially a few key players. I know I keep shouting them out, but Jonathan Abram, I mean, just explosive effort from everybody. That's what we need, and that's what they need to do, and bring that vibe, bring that energy in order to win against the Saints. All right, before we end the episode, let's get some noise from the boys. First up, QB, Mr. DC.
It's all about yardage, you know. We're not about where the ball is completed. We're about the yards it gains, you know what I'm saying? And that's just the offense. That's how we play, you know, and I believe in it, you know. If we throw accurately, you know, little plays like that after you show them those deep shots, the run game should be there, and accurate balls underneath. That's what this offense is built on for years.
I mean, you know, we moved to Vegas, you know, coming from Oakland. You know, we miss those guys, you know. Raider Nation is forever, but, you know, we have a new home in Las Vegas, and it feels amazing to get the first win as a Las Vegas Raider. Go Raiders.
Hell yeah, go Raiders for sure. Let's go. All right, Raider Nation, that ends it. This is the conclusion of the first ever episode of the Raiders After Action Report. It's me, your boy Jay Native, and I'm signing off. I appreciate you guys watching all the way through. If you liked it or you didn't like it, either or, please let me know in the comments below. I would like to continue to revise this and make it relevant for everybody, man. I want you guys to enjoy this as much as I enjoy making it. So if you enjoyed it, please hit that like and subscribe. Be safe, stay healthy, wash your hands, do all that good stuff. My silver and black family, never forget, there's only one nation, and that's Raider Nation. J Native out.